So I want to welcome everyone to the science of mind, the study of life and the nature of the laws of thought, the conception that God is present all the time. Spirituality is natural goodness. Yes, spirituality is natural goodness. God is not a person, God is a presence personified in us. Spirituality is not a thing. It is the atmosphere of God's presence, goodness, truth, and beauty. There is no cost in it to you to be the presence of goodness. Did you know that? Of course you did. To be the presence of goodness, truth, peace, beauty. When the opposite qualities appear, this is what you presence. This is what you give back to the universe, the world, when it shows up in the opposites of all these wonderful qualities of God that we have in us already. We don't have to try to make it go in. We have to try to make it come out. You see, if we don't let it come out, then we have failed to experience the life that God intended for us. God intended you to be a light, to be a presence, to be a feeling of goodness, to be able to bring to humanity and the world God's love, God's light, God's peace, God's wholeness. There's no cost to you to presence this goodness, this truth, this peace, this beauty, whenever the opposite of any of these qualities appear. When was the last time you tried it? Don't raise your hand, it's okay. A wonderful scriptural verse says, judge not by appearances. How does it say to judge? Righteously. How can you come from a place of righteousness if you don't have a concept of why you are here? The only reason that we are here is to shine the love of God. You think it's everything else. You think that comes last. No, that comes first. That's our number one quality. You're here because two people loved each other. And if they didn't really love each other, at least they pretended. But a wise man that I listen to sometimes, he says, pretense is often an indispensable step in the attainment of genuineness. It is the form into which genuine inclinations flow and solidify. Just think about that. The atmosphere of God's presence, goodness, truth, and beauty. This is why we are here, folks. Don't pretend it's anything else, because you won't feel satisfied inside of you. If you don't feel the satisfaction in you, you have failed you. You have failed yourself because you didn't step into the calling. The calling of you to this place. You are not here by accident. No one of us is here by accident. We are here because we were called to be here, like it was said about me. Well, I have news for you. You were called too. You didn't come here by accident. Without you, my calling would be incomplete. But I'll tell you right now, just looking out at you is enough for me. Behold the qualities of God appearing in your everyday life. Step back and watch what happens to your betterment. Look at what will happen to your life if you just practice this principle of presencing the presence. presencing the presence. It means putting the presence out first. How do you do that when someone is trying to do the contrary? You shine the light a little more. You rub it and make it shine a little better. You clean it and make sure that the radiance from it will stop them in a moment of blindness and they will wake up. That's how you live a spiritual life. This is not pretense. This is reality. Judge not according to appearance, it says. Sustain the practice, and over time, you will be shocked to see and feel the power of the presence of God. I am guaranteeing you that. If you fail, come and see me. I said, sustain the practice, and over time, you will be shocked to see what the power of God can do in your life. Using this prescription is the key to joy, happiness, and peace. That's my prescription to you. Make this statement to yourself. Today, I am consciously entering into the study of life and the nature of the laws of thought. Will you try to do that every day? Go like this. Do that every day, because you could never outstudy it. You could never wear it out. You could never study it so much that it's automatic. You can try to make it automatic in your life, but it requires your consciousness to sustain it. Whatever the consciousness is, you bring about a life reaction. If the reaction coming to your life does not please you and make you happy and strong, change your consciousness. Whatever the consciousness is, brings about a like reaction. Dr. Holmes made that statement. I called him up the other day and I said, congratulations. Behold the qualities of God appearing in you every day of your life. Step back and watch what happens towards your betterment. Betterment, I said. There's always room for betterment. Learn to accept that possibility. We live in a field of infinite possibility. And there is no reason why you could not practice this principle better, more perfectly, more complete, in a more loving way. So, look at the natural goodness of life. That's what you want to look for. Look for the natural goodness of life. Focus on the natural greatness of life. And live from the natural greatness of life. And I love you all. And I thank you for being here today. Namaste. So I just want to read the affirmation again, in case the resonation in the room was a little too loud for you. In this moment, I know that the infinite life, God, the great spirit of life, is expressed and individualized in innumerable forms. That means it's not limited by what you see. It's not limited by the number and qualities of people you think you know. That's just a tiny little pinch of it. That one life is my life. It is the life of all life expressions in their inimitable, not innumerable, inimitable uniqueness and innumerable, here it is, variety of display. I am one of these specialized individuations of God. Do you believe it? Do you know something? There are over 8 billion people in the world. And no two have the same fingerprint. What kind of mind is that? Where's that intelligence coming from? The creativity to produce that. I mean, it's beyond our imagination. That life is my life now. It is the life of all life expressions in their inimitable uniqueness and innumerable variety of display. I am one of these specialized individuations of God. Do you believe it?
Yes.
I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I share in the greatness, in the great manifestation and oneness of God. That's the truth. If it wasn't true, you wouldn't be here. You share in the greatness and oneness of God. Today, I am blessed and I live my life fully and completely as an inspired manifestation of the Great Spirit. And that's not going to stop. And so it is. All right, folks, I'm done.
One more spiritual mind treatment.
Request for spiritual mind treatment. All right, I will do that, but I want you to take a moment and think about what you would like the spiritual mind treatment to help you manifest. Did you get it? Whatever you would like to have manifested in your life can begin now. So close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes too. Because I know that God is present. God is infinite wisdom. God is unconditional love. God is peace beyond our understanding, beyond our ability to comprehend the peace. God is infinite power. There is nothing that God cannot do. This is the God I know that is present, the creator and sustainer of all life. And because I know that is true about myself, I know it is true about every one of us. Even those people who just wish they were here. It's in every one of us. And since I know that that is the truth about every one of us, I am declaring now that you have the power within you to manifest the goodness and truth of your originality, your whole self. There's a wholeness in each of us that we are quite capable of manifesting if we stop judging by appearances. If we can reach to the place of trusting and knowing that God is working through us all the time. And since I know that these words cannot return to me void, I am so grateful. I give thanks for the power of the spoken word, because it is the breath of life. Knowing that that universal goodness is already in operation in each of our lives. I release these words to that power that is greater than I am, that is able to bring to pass the moments of greatness in our minds and hearts and life, that is able to manifest these words without doubt. And so it is. Amen.